Certain places are imbued with a palpable power that we can physically feel. That power can arise from a spectacular natural landscape. That power can also radiate from golden ancient architecture, a legacy of myriad men who, over several centuries, set hundreds of thousands of handmade bricks into place, one by one. San Gimignano in Tuscany has this power. The power of a place draws people to it. Crusaders, pilgrims, merchants, tradesmen, and artisans. In medieval times, San Gimignano was on the Via Francigena, an important pilgrimage route. Perhaps in a bit of destiny, one of those pilgrims brought with them something that would enhance San Gimignano's power of place for centuries to come: saffron. Destiny also brought Cledy Tancredi to San Gimignano, where she developed a powerful connection with its history.
San Gimignano exists because of saffron. Because Main Street, Francigena Street, it started in Canterbury, in England, passed through France, Italy, Rome to the Pope, and then Jerusalem. So all the world passed. The saffron arrived in this area with the Francigena exchange, with the crossmen, the crociati. So arrived from Orient, from Jerusalem, and they imported saffron. And here, the saffron found a very, very good terroir. And the saffron of this area was so good quality, it was exported all over Europe. And on Alexandria d'Egypt market, the most important spices market of that period, it was the most requested. Saffron was very, very important during the Middle Age. It was used for frescoes, to paint a dress, for medicine, for to cook, no? For a lot of things. It's a natural antibiotic, is for exceptional, for a good mood, is aphrodisiac, is like aspirin to fluidificate blood. So in San Gimignano, people became very, very rich, very, very rich. And to demonstrate they were so rich, they built towers. Towers are not to defense. Towers are a status symbol. Mine is higher than yours. And so I'm very rich. My tower is so big. So towers exist because of saffron.
History tells us that San Gimignano owes its distinctive skyline to saffron. Yet at any given moment, the meaning of place is as varied as our mood and our mindset. It can inform our identity or represent our aspirations. It can serve as a sanctuary or a challenge. It can mean coming home or running away. Place can mean common ground or diverging paths, a fresh start or a return to one's roots. Place can symbolize peace or adventure, wonder or affirmation. Place can incite or fulfill longing. The power of place can inspire people with a vision that changes their lives. Cledy had such a vision, and her story is a testimony to how the power of the San Gimignano countryside and the allure of an ancient ruin served as a catalyst for change, rejuvenation, and renewal.
We lived in the center of Milan. We was tired to live with a lot of problems of a big city. So at a certain moment in my life, I decided to change my life and also my husband. And per hazard, we found, by chance, we found this place. We spent 9 years because it was very, very bad conditions. Everything is original except the roof. I had the vision and I imagined this place finished like it is now.
With Fortezza di Corsini restored, Cledy was inspired with the vision of another dimension of San Gimignano's heritage she could help rejuvenate. She and others formed an association dedicated to renewing the cultivation of saffron in San Gimignano. The spice's popularity had declined in the 17th century with the advent of modern science. Thanks to the efforts of Cledy and her colleagues, San Gimignano's saffron production was restored. In fact, in 2005, San Gimignano saffron became the first European saffron to receive the DOP designation of authenticity and quality. Ever inspired by the power of San Gimignano's cultural landscape, Cledy now has a new vision, one that is linked to the history of her property and to the future of San Gimignano.
The director of humanistic studies, he told me, "Madam, you don't know what you bought." Yes, the owner was Paolo Cortesi. He was the secretary of the Pope Giulio II. But he has been one of the most important Italian humanists. During the Renaissance, all over Europe, it was the Castrum Cortesianum, one of the most important humanistic places. And here he made a cultural center, an artistic cultural center. Here he had his students. Here there was a private library for public use. Here he received all the most prestigious people of that period, the Pope Giulio II, the Medici, all the humanists.
Humanism is defined as a rational philosophy informed by science, inspired by art, and motivated by compassion. Humanists are people like Paolo Cortesi and Cledy Tancredi, people who bring out the best in individuals and in the process enrich the life of the entire community. Having brought Fortezza di Cortesi back to life and been instrumental in reviving San Gimignano's saffron tradition, not surprisingly, Cledy now has a new vision. Adjacent to the property she lovingly restored as her home and agro-tourism business are the ruins of other historic buildings that were also part of Paolo Cortesi's magnificent cultural center. Cledy envisions someone with her same passion for history and the humanities, converting these vestiges of Italian Renaissance heritage into a 21st century center of cultural exchange. She envisions a space where artists, intellectuals, and writers cross-pollinate ideas, and a theater where cultural performances are staged. Cledy's vision is one that has the potential to be as meaningful to the future of San Gimignano as was the introduction in the long-ago past of saffron by a pilgrim from the Orient in medieval times. Certainly the philosophy that drives Cledy's visions is one that would make proud Paolo Cortesi and the other humanists of the Renaissance.
And I think in our life it's not important what we own, but what we do, what we can transmit, what we can condividere, to share with others.